Hey, welcome to Sisters in Lit and Life. I'm Leila E Hart.
I'm Shannon.
I'm Whitney.
I'm Trina.
Thanks for joining us. And today we will be discussing the book Cuffed by a Certified Maniac. And our author is
Neek Mills.
Neek Mills. Neek Mills.
Certified maniac.
Certified.
Certified Maniac.
We should start
Certified.
there. Whoa.
So where do we start, ladies?
Man.
Do we want to start at the beginning, the middle, the end? Because it's crazy. It's not stop action.
This is so toxic. It's so toxic. It's like the sexual toxicity is ridiculous in this book.
Yes. From all parties. From side characters, main characters, everybody was toxic.
I was like toxic, but I loved it.
Oh
Yes.
man. So like, you know what I like that she did though? Having a man's inner thoughts where he's looking at a woman and he's thinking about, ooh, I wonder what her lips will do. Ooh, I would love to feel this on my. I was like, oh, do men think like that? Like, even though we don't know.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. That's their inner monologue all the time. What you talking about?
All the time. Case in point.
Look, I was highlighting everything. I was like, ooh, highlight. Ooh, highlight.
I was about to say you damn near lit that whole book on fire.
Mhm. Yep.
Too funny. Oh, it is live, y'all.
Okay.
That was me checking.
Okay.
So we run in. The first thing we come into is Brianna. And I think I liked her because I think they tried to put her in situations where she was going to either cower or get played or be super weak. And she always came back like, you're not going to talk to me like that. Or I'm going to slap you like this. Or like, she never really backed down from any kind of challenge.
She mollywopped the whole, like, the baby mama.
Yes.
Him. Not just once or twice. She mollywopped, like, pow, smack, cold pop, out of nowhere. Like, dang, she set the whole house on fire.
Right.
I was dying. And she told him, she's like, if you bring some bitch up in this house, I'm gonna light this whole house on fire.
And what
That's what he did.
Yeah. And what I liked about it is that she did it with ease. Like, okay, I'm gonna go downstairs.
Look, she sat down and she was like, wait a minute. Hell no.
I feel like every time I see that part, it reminds me of Diamond and Players Club when she's talking to her cousin through the doors, like, I'm not even mad at you.
I'm not mad.
And then she opens that door and says, wow,
bitch. Did you think I was gonna let you get away with that?
It reminded me of Lisa Left Eye when she took her picture after she done burned the house down. She was happy, like,
yeah, I did it.
But I told him, I warned you this could happen.
Like you thought I was playing, huh? Okay. I was like, I can better show you.
I mean, but the baby mama was trifling though, because even when like the first area, like they're at the daycare, and little girl talking out of her mouth, and she needs to be disciplined, appropriately, and the mom's going in there trying to say all this crazy stuff, and then the dad, he was about to ride and say, no, you don't talk to my daughter like that, but he looked at the cameras and was like, nah, she's wrong. But I was like, oh man.
And I was kind of surprised by that though.
Yeah. I was surprised by it that, okay, here he is. We know what line of work he's in, but he wants better for his daughter. Like he knows that her mom is just not the ideal. And although I made this mistake, I have this daughter. I want to bring her up the best way I can. But whenever he thought for a second, because like he still gives this baby mama like a little bit, because he has a little bit of hope that she's gonna try to do the right thing. And she's like, she was about to hit your daughter. What? Like, and to know that even his brother would be like, oh, we ready to chop her body up and hide in little pieces, hide it around, and then for her, she smoothed it out. She didn't argue with them. I wasn't nobody about to hit. She went right to very professional. Let me take you to this camera. And this is what happened. The proof is in the pudding right here. I liked that he, even though he had concerns and doubt, he didn't instantly go off on her.
Yeah.
Because he could have easily sided with Sydney. And he was just like, you know what? You were out of line. It is what it is. And I think that Sydney looks even worse because she, again, is just trying to use her body to keep him. And he's like, been there, done that. Like,
yeah,
he was over her at that point.
He was so over it.
So over
it. What trips me out is that she was trying to be so professional the whole time and ended up losing her job anyways.
Right.
Yeah. For some trifling stuff.
Right.
Based off of Natalie. I mean, based off of Sydney. They just didn't want that heat on that center. I'm like, hold up, she didn't even do anything. So why we gonna get rid of her?
Right.
But you understand that if questions are already brought up and we are having these situations, me as an owner, I gotta cut ties.
Yeah. Well, and then like a week later,
it's just business, nothing personal.
Yeah, and now she did. Yeah,
she had to get let go.
Even though it could not been proven.
Right.
She don't try.
Rap. It's kids. It's people's kids involved, and so like, are people gonna keep bringing their kids back if they assume? Because it's gonna be one person talking out of the side of their neck. Girl, did you hear that they had? And that's all it takes to get that little fire. It was a little ember, now it's a fire, and your business is closing down.
Yeah, and plus you'll have people going up in there. Oh my goodness, I seen that teacher on the news and I'm so scared for my child. Oh my God, is she's gonna burn the center down too?
Right.
You'd be like, no.
Not even a little bit. She loves her job. She really loves these kids. And if you think about it, her position didn't pay doodly squat. Like she wasn't even over a classroom. She was an assistant in a classroom.
And she did it all out of the kindness of her heart. But sidebar, our girl Latrenda is in the comments. I'm pretty sure she's watching right now. She couldn't be with us today, but she will be with us next week, hopefully. But hey, girl, hey, we're not ignoring you.
We miss you.
We do.
Make sure you get some Chiefs gear on.
Oh, Lord.
Go Eagles.
Nuh-uh.
I'm gonna get back to the book.
Right, let's get back to the book.
Discussion.
Right, let's get back to the book.
We gotta get back to getting tough before it gets serious in here. We might see some flames.
So this was like my first,
not playing.
This was like my first dive into like a true, I feel like just urban fiction, just very much drug dealer, gangster, like all this kind of stuff. So when I get into the book, I'm not thinking that he's gonna be as aggressive and as I just kill whoever, which is the life.
It said certified maniac.
Yeah. I think he's crazy. He's crazy.
But it didn't feel crazy to me. Even though I heard all of that, the part that felt crazy when he grabbed that cell phone and he put his number in there. And you better call.
I have the highlight.
Answer every time I call. I'd have been like, yes, Daddy.
Yep. That's one of my first highlights. He says, I quote, "Give me your phone. You better answer every fucking time I hit your line. I don't care where you are or who's around. Go home, let that nigga know his days are numbered. Daddy got you from here on out."
I was like, yes.
So hold up. So y'all don't think it's crazy that Jason was just flashing his gun at all the businesses and stuff like that?
Crazy.
Hitting it on the table, over there creating a whole scene. Nobody said nothing. Nobody.
Brianna was up here getting her, when she was seeing her OBGYN. He was like, oh my God. The doctor was like, oh my God. And here go Jason. What's going on? And he put the shirt on the table.
Latrenda said she was so turned on.
I'm telling you.
Just leak on spot. I'm mad at you.
Listen,
but my coochie wet though.
At the same time, I would have been like, what the heck? You got to excuse him. But the doctor played it cool.
Right. He did.
I mean, you have to. Like, what you going to do? You going to just go along with it?
He got a whole gun.
Get shot.
You might be. Yeah, that's the best thing for you to do. Just play along.
Play along with
it. I guess my slow self would be like, is that gun clean while you sitting it on the table?
Oh, no.
I was like, is it sterile? You got all these these equipment, these stuff out here. You gonna set a gun right on top of it? Like, come on.
So
it is next to my tools.
Can't be sanitary.
Right.
I didn't catch on when they were when Jason was at the meeting, like with his soldiers and stuff like that, and he had promoted the one guy and he shot the two twins real quick.
Oh man,
I didn't realize that was Tyreek.
Mm-hmm.
Did they not say it was?
Oh, I thought it was not. I didn't think it was Tyreek though.
Yeah, it was Tyreek that he promoted right there. That was his guy. So when
Tyreek didn't say nothing, it was the other guys that said something. It was the other
guy that said something because Tyreek was getting promoted. He was like, "Nah, why him, not me?"
Yeah, and they got shot. But I didn't realize that Tyreek and Tyreek. I didn't realize that they were the same. Like it was her ex-boyfriend until like way until I was like, oh, that's the same guy.
Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah, but you know what? Tyreek was crazy too.
He was.
Everybody was crazy.
He didn't get the clue.
He did not.
He
did not. But normally that's how it happens. Like, you know, that you're still my girl syndrome. Like, dude, she with a whole other dude.
Right.
And you with a whole bunch of girls.
So disrespect. He was just so disrespectful. Because I think that I guess what was it, the restaurant scene, and this woman comes up and she's like, is this why you can't do such and such for your son?
Had a whole baby.
And,
yeah. She's still thinking it's okay. Like she's not supposed to go anywhere. Like,
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. Now that toxicity pissed me off because it's like you're a narcissist and I'm not gonna just accept everything you're, like, okay, we can talk a little crazy to each other. But this right here is a whole nother level, and no thank you. You can have it.
The sex wasn't good either.
Right. Yeah. And I think he did it though because it was like her friend even mentioned it. Her friends were ratchet. And I did not, she had one friend that was okay, but the other one, it was just like you are jealous. But it was like everybody downed her because of her job. This is not a high paying salary, that she's getting. And he even mentioned at first, like, I'll take all this shit away. You don't have to have, and she let him know. Okay,
she said she took the watch off. She gave him the car keys. She said, I want your little funky money.
I was about to say, I'm with you because I care about you. I don't need nothing you got.
Right.
Yeah.
And I like the fact she kept everything low key. Like she didn't tell her business. She let him think that she was poor.
Yeah.
She let him think like, well, not poor, but like she didn't have any money.
Right.
So I like that fact.
But I was just like, man, how you go from one drug dealer to another drug dealer, though? That's your lifestyle.
Oh, yeah. She has a type.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
But she was crazy, too. She was.
Oh, yeah, she crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite was, were they in the store? Or were they at the fair or wherever?
Oh, it was like a fair, like a outreach thing that he was throwing for the community.
Something was about to reach out. Like it's almost like he could read her thoughts. And I have this underline when he said, "I'll let you do whatever it is you're thinking. Give me a time and a place, and I will let you have your way with me." Okay. Like
twice.
All right. we can make that happen. Like you read my thoughts now. It was like Toxic understood Toxic.
Yeah, that's
in that situation.
Yeah, that's when she smacked Sydney up for the first time.
Oh, now wait a minute. But you know what? It almost didn't feel like the right time or place for me when she did it. I wasn't expecting it there.
I was about to say, but you can only take but so much disrespect.
I agree.
I think the reason why she smacked Sydney is because of flashbacks, for people talking stuff to her. She just had a flashback.
I think so, because that wasn't like the worst. And I get maybe she was trying to keep her job because to me, Sydney disrespected her worse at her job than she did there. So I think I was kind of like, oh, that's not gonna bother her that bad. But when she hit her in the throat, and then the man in the throat, she hit her in the throat, and the man the next day, come on, who is this? Thinking it was a man on the phone.
Sound like Darth Vader.
She had a whole PTSD moment right there. She did. She went to PTSD mode and just like, hold up, I'm having flat. Come on here, you gonna get that
right? Right.
Oh
I wasn't expecting it there. It needed to have happened. But that wasn't the place I expected it. I was just like, oh, well, enough is enough. Now don't do that.
I mean, but how many times did you catch her? You know what I'm saying? At her job, always. You can't slap her up at your job because you're trying to be professional. How many other times did she really see her?
Barry White. That's exactly what he said.
Trenda's crazy.
Oh man, I wish she was in here. Hurry up and get your damn stuff, girl. You can't even come up in here after the fact. God damn. Well, maybe you can. Hurry up. I was like, I know you wanted to talk about this book more than anything.
Yeah.
She said she would think that she was sick of everyone. Yes. I just think she had a feel because her, like I said, she only had one friend that was worth something. She had this little
Natalie
piece
was
of a
already
man.
tripping.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So it was like, oh, but then she even got mad at him because he made was it Sydney that made it seem like we still kicking it? What are you
There was a
talking
lot
about?
of that going on. That was the only part, like the back and forth about like him trusting her, her saying something, him being mad, her saying something, her being mad at him. I was like, y'all just keep getting y'all signals crossed. You guys lack communication.
I was like, just have sex already. Golly, that's what this is.
That was my favorite thing. So the line where she said, apparently the pussy was getting too good to him because he had a mean ass grip on my wig. Before I knew it, he was snatching it off. Thank goodness it wasn't glued down.
She needed to sew in.
You know what? I'll be
hell nah. You mess around, snatch my damn scalp out. Like,
exactly. After I spend like $300 or $400 on that wig, you want to talk about
buddy?
No. But then he wrapped it around her neck and started using
No.
I said, what am I reading? What am I reading?
Right. I was like, what kind of sex are they having? Like
some good girl.
Man.
Good.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think I've ever had a wig ripped off and then used for asphyxiation. Like
you have to bring out one of your not so good wigs that you don't wear on the normal.
Oh, because I don't wear wigs, period. So it's gonna be that 1999 special at Jenny's Beauty Supply.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, but he was definitely in her guts the whole book. I feel like.
Oh yeah, because like even before it actually happened, he was already thinking about it. Like he already knew.
Yeah,
he was gonna tear it up.
Okay, so like I didn't read so many books in between. This is the book where he was in the room getting the business right, and she walked in, right?
Tyreek, yeah, because Natalie was in. That's when she burned the house down, right? Because she walks in on him and Natalie in the room, but we don't know it's Natalie at first. We just, it's a girl, right? And she walks in.
Didn't he do the same thing? What's his name?
Oh, that was he was drunk, and his manager of his club was throwing herself at him, and so she was on the desk playing with herself in front, and homegirl walked in on him, and that was like one of their first mix-ups. Like, oh, you doing this, and he's all, you messing up. I was about to get in these guts or whatever. I was like, sir, you drunk, sir.
That's not what you need to say. That is the incorrect answer.
That's what I thought. I was like, wasn't there one to put? I was like, ain't no way in hell.
No. I'm surprised she didn't snatch her.
You know what? It showed that he had so many options. And when you drunk, that's what you're gonna be doing at work. Like, I can't trust you to go to work.
Not at all.
It was just it was so toxic. Like it's just
but you know what? I feel like Jason should already know that he had somebody that loved him back because he didn't trust her. Mm-hmm. Like he was so ready to go off on Brianna.
He was all the time. Mm-hmm. I said they kept going back and forth. Like it would be like this instance at the club, and then it would be like, oh, she got a message from Tyreek. And then he's tracking her phone, and like just like even the club manager sneaking to the mall and watching her interact with Tyreek because he follows her to the car and then goes back. And that's why they, get into the situation. I was like, y'all just listen. Y'all have no communication. You need to go to couples therapy. Okay.
They did.
They do. They go.
But he was still crazy because he was bugging the whole the therapy. He bugged the room. I'm like,
certified maniac.
Can you do that? Like,
what's it called? But you know what though? There's this one part where I put a note that he loves her because when she goes to his condo, because they stay in the same building, which is weird. But
it was weird.
He goes to her condo and she's like, "Oh yeah, I got a place that I bring all my hoes back to." Essentially, he's honest, and she's like, I don't like that." And he's like, "Oh, word." She says, "He said the word, and I'll sell everything." And she said, "Word." He was on the phone with his realtor, putting it on the market immediately. I said, "Oh, he loves her."
In a toxic maniac way.
Yeah, but you know what? I love this.
For everything.
I highlighted a part where I thought it was funny. He said, "Jason, but you can call me Daddy Long Dick or Bae."
Girl, I was dying.
I shall not.
I was like, "Oh, that's confident."
First of all, that shit is too long.
You're not about to send me to no hospital.
That remind me of white chicks.
I go to the hospital.
White chicks when he was talking about a
wheelchair. Absolutely.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Okay, are we done? Because I need to talk. I need to tell y'all.
Wait, well, what's our book for next week? What are we reading for next week?
I don't know. We're gonna have to figure that out. We should have talked about that way before we got on here because I do not know what book we're gonna read. Hold on, we can read. Oh no, because
let's read her next one. Invite Me, or invite
it's too
only.
short. We can read that in something else. It's too short.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say Invite Me is only like 90 pages, but it was good.
It was so good.
Okay, well let's do Invite Me and let's do another short one so that we could tell everybody so that they can join us if they have questions.
I have no idea because like I done read so many. Look, like I was about to tell y'all, but see, y'all can't just read book 11 without reading the other 10.
Yeah, was it the one?
The other 10?
Yes, it's a whole family. It's by Monica Walters. Okay, it's a whole family. And
are they short?
No.
Oh,
she said
I can't even lie to you.
No. I mean, not saying that we're not looking for short books. I was just saying another short book to go with. Invite.
You was talking about as far as the 11. Are they short in the series? Yes. They're not. She wrote those over time, so no, they're not short at all. Well, but they so good. And the last one, baby, you talk about Daddy
Long Force of Nature, huh? That's the one she did. Force of Nature.
Yes.
Oh, and the cover is nice.
What? Yeah. Read okay, you don't even have to read, just pretend like you ain't read some of the stuff. You're not gonna know what happened until you read the other one. But no, you have got to read this book, man. The BDE this brother exudes.
Yeah, we got to read the whole thing. I can't go in just one book.
They're like standalones, but they're connected.
I was gonna say, if it's a standalone though, we could just read book 11 for next time.
Or, it's not like a standalone because it's a
we're not gonna
can we read like a Quan Mills book?
I'm fucking dead. Not pastors. not pastors eat pussy too.
Why don't we read what's the book?
I mean, that's not the only book, but
I know it's not.
That's not all pastors eat.
The old lady is the top.
I thought she was gonna say that's not all pastors eat. I was gonna say,
no.
Oh Lord. What's the one that we just
she said toxic.
The Denise Essex one? It's a naughty rendezvous or something like that. I can't remember what's called.
Are those? I know it's like how many of them are there? And I know
those separate, right?
They're all short too, right?
Yeah, because I think hold on, I'm about to look at it right now. Yeah, a naughty rendezvous.
We should read an Alex House short.
Ooh, don't play.
Or a Zane.
Don't play. Hey, y'all can read Sisters of the ATF or the A.
I read that. That was good.
Man, there, look. And you know what's funny is that was my first introduction to a Zane book.
Yeah, that was my first
actually reading a Zane book. And it's funny because like everybody is grown up on Zane and that was their first look and everything. Like Omar Tyree, I still only read one book, and that one book got me like I don't want to read his books ever again. But they're like, you gotta read Fly Girl, and I was like, I don't know.
I read Fly Girl when I was
have
younger.
an idea. What if we read that next book by Nick Niels, and then we all come up with maybe like 3 books and put them in a hat or something, and we can just choose one, and that could be the book for next week or something like that.
And I'll just attach it to the comments.
Okay. And so then what we can do is then we can re-invite me by Nick Mills for next time. And this is Sisters in Lit and Life. So maybe we could talk about some of that life stuff. Because we've been talking a lot about the lit.
I don't want to talk about no life.
Because life be lifing. And so we can, you know,
life is stressful.
Right. We can bring in some questions if anyone has questions, or we can just have a general conversation about some things, because we're all in different stages of different things in life. As Black women in 2023 living in the US of A. So and we're all in different areas. So I think that'll be interesting for us to come together and just have a brown girl conversation just about some stuff.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me.
Look, right. I need some Black authors with some dark romance. So if y'all out there and y'all watch this, put y'all names in the comments, because we need more.
And if not, think about it and get nasty and dark with it.
That's what you need to do.
We're underrepresented there,
man.
And that's saying that to Shannon and myself as well. Like, we need to branch out, and because that could be us too, Shannon.
Oh, I was gonna say we could talk about it, because Whitney and we've been working.
Oh, y'all been working. All right.
Yeah, so we can talk about that afterwards.
All right. Well, guys, we thank you all for joining us for the next. Thank you all for joining us for another episode of Sisters in Lit and Life. Next week we'll be reading "Invite Me" by Nick Neal. So go ahead and cuff that book, and you can join us for the discussion next week. Bye.
Bye.